guys, so today we'll be going over some of my Kilig Ko designs and the inspiration behind them. So I think with my designs, it's pretty minimalistic or just something that's just like cute or simple or something to learn from it. So let's get started with the design that I'm wearing. This is my latest piece and I think one of my favorites actually. I didn't even know that I liked this color until I literally just tried it on. Here it has the Philippines flag, a banana leaf, a barong, and banana ketchup. I think I was inspired by minimalistic designs, and so that's why I kind of tried to encapsulate Philippine culture through these 4 emojis, but obviously it doesn't encapsulate everything. I think I want to even do maybe another collection that actually goes into Filipino foods and being able to put that into pictures or different cities or places in the Philippines and doing it that way. And moving on to the next one. So this is also one of my very first pieces. Honestly, it actually is my first piece before I even had Kilig Ko. I first made a shirt of this. Oh, I want to wear just a purple shirt. I had one and I just embroidered ube on it. It was kind of a spur of the moment, but I ended up really liking it, and a lot of people that I had met were like, oh, that's so cute, how can I get one? And then this is before I even started embroidering or anything, so I was like, okay, maybe I can make this into a hoodie. And so this is probably one of my best sellers too. And the educational part that comes with this, ube is actually something native to the Philippines, but not a lot of people know that. They just assume that oh, ube and taro are the same thing. So this next one, I think I had made it maybe a year ago, and so it was actually first shot in the Philippines because my brand is about self-love or love in general. A lot of Filipinos know what this means. It's Mahal Kita. Filipino parents' love language is usually in food, but you don't often hear them actually say I love you. And so I was like, okay, well, if they can't say it to you, at least you can wear it and have that, kind of little love in your life so that, you're always reminded to love others or love yourself. So for this next one, another one of my early designs, this is the little Manila tee. This is the front, this is the back, this is the cropped version. So Little Manila, obviously Manila, Philippines, but for anywhere outside of Manila, Philippines, it's also known to be Little Manila. These little neighborhoods or areas that have a conglomerate of a Filipino population, they're called a Little Manila. And so there are multiple around the United States. Obviously, some are recognized. There's one in historic Filipino town that's also known as Little Manila. Most people know Little Manila Stockton. There is also a Little Manila in New York. And then for behind the design, I put Mabuhay. And then I didn't want to scream Filipino flag. And so you can actually see different variations of the flag through these symbols. I feel I really like symbolism. So if you notice, when you have the flag, it kind of creates a triangle down. So that's actually what the flag would look like. This is the sun, that's part of it. And then if you were actually to look at the flag again, the top part is the one that's colored in as a triangle. This is the unfilled version. But yeah, so this is the Little Manila tee. This is the Hello Po or Ingat Po. Again, this is also part of my first designs last year when we were shooting. The reasoning behind this one, so Ingat Po actually means take care. At a time when meetings were happening to discuss the end of the Marcos dictatorship, when they were saying goodbye, it was possible that, the next time they see them, they might not actually see them because of everything that was going on. And so that's why instead of goodbye, it was more of a take care because they really didn't know if they were going to see him the next time. So that's more of the history behind the Hello Po and then the Ingat Po, and why, Filipinos would often say goodbye necessarily, paalam. It's more of the Ingat Po of take care always. So this next one is Kilig, Kilig Ko. So Kilig actually doesn't have a direct English translation. It's just known as the giddy feelings you get when you see your crush, those butterfly feelings. And so I just wanted to make one that was okay, Kilig, and it's cute. And so I just made it very, it feels loving with the hearts and stuff like that. I believe that Kilig is actually now recognized as an actual word in the English language. I think a couple years back, they actually recognized it, and the first word to actually be recognized because it didn't have a direct English translation. So that's what Kilig is. So that's all the designs I had to show today, and I'm working on a couple new ones, so stay tuned for that, and check out my Instagram for more social post content on, reading up about the history or the meaning behind all of these designs. And yeah, that's all for today. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about this video, and stay tuned for more. And don't forget to feel Kilig for yourself.